Hello FH1 family, thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to the 2023 Divisional Round Playoff Predictions. We did all right last week with missing two games. We missed on the Giants, hell of a game, and we missed on the Jags, which by the way, WTF Lewis, good call on the Jags. I mean, they had to, create history in order for that to happen, but good call. So, talking about the Jags, let's jump right into the Jags versus the Chiefs. The Jags are 0-6 in 2009 against the Chiefs. The Chiefs are 11-9 all time at home in the playoffs. They are 8-2 in their last 10. Okay, Doug Peterson gets to face his old buddy, his mentor Andy Reid, for just a second time actually. The first time Doug lost 27-20. Gets a rematch now. It's gonna be cold rain, snow. I don't like this game for the Jags, right? They're a Florida team. That's where I believe Kansas City will excel. Both these defenses are pretty evenly matched, but I'm gonna give the edge to KC. Simply, you got Patrick Mahomes and you got Andy Reid. That's it. All right, moving on to the Giants versus the Eagles. This is gonna be another good one. Well, every game is good. Since 2015, or 2016, so the last 15 games, the Giants have only won 3 games. And actually 2 of those have come in their last 5 meetings. Now, the Giants have only won 1 game in Philadelphia back in 2013. So since then, they're 0-9. Sirianni is 2-0 versus old buddy DeBall. The playoff history is a little interesting one though. Both the Giants and the Eagles are 2-2, with each winning 1 time in the other's home. Interesting fact. Another interesting fact is, since 2000, history shows that if the Giants win 1 playoff game, which they already did, they'll win another one. Can the Giants really upset Philly in Philly? It's a tough one. A lot of things are going the Giants' way. And, if we know anything about the Giants in the playoff, the playoff Giants are a whole nother team. So, there's a lot of factors to be played in here. The weather's going to be good. Well, good for Philadelphia during this time of year. It's about 30 degrees, according to weather.com, partly cloudy. The ball's going to be heavier. I'm sure the game plan is going to change due to that. Probably a lot more running attacks and whatnot. For the simple fact that Philly has the better defense, I'm taking Philly in this one. So, moving on to the Bills and the Bengals. There's not a lot of history here, but the Bengals are 4-2 versus the Bills since 2011 in a regular season. The Bills are 14-5 dating back to 1963 when playing at home, and 4-0 in the Josh Allen era. Here's an interesting fact though. The Bengals are actually 2-0 versus the Bills in playoffs back in 1982-89. I forgot, but it was a long time ago. But they're 2-0 versus the Bills in their divisional round, an AFC championships, if I believe. So it was some big games. So something noteworthy. The weather is going to be cloudy. It'll be snowing, which to me is perfect weather for how the Bills like to play. The Bengals front line continues to struggle. Although the Bills lost some key players in Von Miller and Micah Hyde, I still believe they have a good defense and enough to disrupt that struggling front line of the Bengals to get to Joe Burrow and limit his playmaking ability. In addition to the weather, that means you're going to remove a lot of Joe Burrow's weapons, right? It's going to be a lot more running than throwing. Are they really going to be able to pull that one out? Both these defenses are pretty evenly matched, but I'm going to give the edge to the Bills. Again, they're at home, Josh Allen era, that struggling offensive line of the Bengals. I don't like it. I think that's what's really going to, and then, the weather again is going to play a big factor where it's going to limit your guys like Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, even your workhorse in Joe Mixon. It's not going to be maybe short passes. I think it's going to be ugly for the Bengals. I'm taking the Bills in this one. Last but not least, my Niners versus the Cowboys. So the Cowboys are 7-3 in the last 10 meetings against the 49ers. The Cowboys are 5-3 in the postseason against the Niners. Dak is 3-0 versus the Niners in the regular season and 0-1 in the postseason. The Niners under Kyle Shanahan are 3-0 at home. All right, so here's a lot of stats coming at you. All time at home, San Fran is 26-10, dating back to 1957. This is going to be another interesting game, the battle of the defenses. Okay, now where this will differ in a major way will be if Dallas continues to struggle to stop the rush, like they have all season long, allowing more than 2,100 yards in comparison to the 49ers' 1,300 yards. CMC, Elijah Mitchell, Debo, they're just going to eat them alive, right? They're going to eat them alive. Dak will have to be as perfect as he was in the last game in order to tip the odds towards the boys. Again, this can go either way. This game can go either way. I'm going to take my Niners defense, take control of this game, and I'm going to continue riding that Purdy train. Well, family, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got some information from this. If you have any questions, concerns, any tips you like, DM us. We'd be more than happy to help. Until then, enjoy the NFL playoffs. We'll see you next week. We'll see you next week in the conference championships.